Hello and welcome back. We are going straight into the next lesson, and it's around burning money, essentially, spending money that you really probably don't need to spend at this point, but you think that it's helping emotionally. And actually, it can feel that way because I know for me, I did when I was a new widow, especially within that first year to 2 years. I would think that I would feel better if I bought something. And it could be a little thing, it could be a big thing. And it just was a way that I thought was going to help me. And in the long run, I probably needed the money later in my life than I needed the thing that I bought. So this lesson is really truly having you be aware of the things that you're thinking that you're going to buy, and be aware that you are probably feeling like you're going to have an emotional high and you'll feel better. And you might for just a small amount of time. It does not last for years and years. It may not even last an entire day. Could even be that it doesn't last an hour. But, it's not just buying things. Be aware when you are giving your money to a family or a friend, even some charities. We might feel better for just a moment, but let's think through, and that's where you want to look back with your advocate, the logical one, saying, look, I'm thinking I'd like to give money to these things, or this brother or my son, or whatever it is that you're going to be spending. And I'm not suggesting that you show your advocate absolutely everything. Obviously, you need to be able to have some money that you can just buy whatever you want. But being really aware of the fact that humans are living much, much longer. We're getting to be older, and we're actually having a good health. We're having good mental health well into our 90s, and some people into the hundreds. So we have to make sure that the money that we're spending now isn't something that we actually really need when we're older. Have a little bit of fun now. Make sure that you're not buying something thinking it's going to emotionally going to make a difference right this moment. I know that some people actually crave shopping. I had a widow who came in saying that she just absolutely wanted to go shopping. And we did some practice runs where she went to the mall, which was important to her. I don't like to go to the malls, but for her, it's a wonderful feeling, and she gets to be around people and interact. So we did a few times where she went and didn't buy anything. Or we had a budget of $10. So she actually had the fun, got to be with the people, and had some of that emotional high of buying something, but it was well within a budget so that we knew that she would have plenty of money and the insurance, et cetera, for long-term care for later. And I know we talked about this in an earlier session, but let me reiterate, if you're thinking about going ahead and just selling your house immediately, I mean, unless there's some big reason why, other than I just can't be in the same space, it reminds me so much of him, that might feel like a big reason, but there are many reasons why you want to wait about a year to 2 years to actually physically sell that house. So those big decisions, if you can, put them off for a little later, or have an advocate, a CPA, an estate planning attorney, a wealth manager, financial advisor, talk you through it. Ask all three of those types of people and get their answers and make a wise decision. Because you don't want to get towards the end of your life and say, wow, I wished I would have saved a little bit more earlier. It's going to be a great life, and one that you can plan to have for the future, a future that you love, and that you get to do the things that you love so that you can be around the people that you love doing the things that you love. There can be the ability to have an advocate like an estate planning attorney or somebody else that you really trust to be a power of attorney for you. So there might be a case where a widow I was helping, her son was wanting to spend a lot of her money. And what we did is we set up that the two other sons had to sign off on anything over a certain amount. So for her, it was anything over $5,000. All of them had to sign off on it. So you still would be able to do things that you wanted to, but it was a way to curb all that spending that her son was doing. So there are different ways to make this work where you don't have to be the bad guy to say no to especially a loved one like a son or daughter or even another family member, but utilizing those advocates to help you through making those decisions and having them say no instead of you. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you at the next lesson.